Edocie. If it is preached now, before we go see 365 people from the beginning. Victor Wild say, Oga, go sleep. Tell your papa where they chase rat inside bush, may he go sleep first. Hey, Riwiri, make I even check in page. Fake accounts. The two types of people that troll me are upcoming pastors and fake accounts. And faceless people, people who have no identity. If you know, say, na papa born you, put your face. Just put your face now. Oga, go sleep. What are you doing on my page? Are you awake? Are you watching my live from inside your dream? Alekpeti mo ogbo family ewiri. The two types of people that troll me. Upcoming pastors. Once I just see a person, they attack me, we just go in page. You will see them with makeshift altar. Altar where they use bottle top do. Hungry upcoming pastor wey hate me say I don't knock the job before I enter the cruise. Sama baby, come made man yo. Sama don't unblock you, but if you no apologize to am, I go tell her say she'll block you back. Now the condition be that, because I had to beg her before she opened her page back. I used like 2 hours take beg am say make she forgive you. I don't know wetin you do am. JJ, how you dey, brother? Today is my special sister's birthday. Ebiere say apologize. No, he has to apologize by himself. Today, celebrant, are you available? Make I bring you live, make we greet you. Celebrant of birthday. Oh yeah, make I bring you live. She go dey shame now, go dey shy. Oh yeah. Celebrant. Don't be shy. Let me tell you, for those of you that don't like me, inú temple òkùnkùn láti ń ṣe birthday lẹ́nìí. Ihò rẹ̀ lógún red.
I was settling down to sleep.
Happy birthday. How old are you today? Then now you are not looking normal.
Thank you,
How
dear.
old are you today?
I am 999.
Hey, wọ́n dáràn wọn lè sọ èjì wọn obìnrin ṣá. Anyway, happy 999 birthdays. Me, I'll say, let me just estimate. You don't look, I know you are not up to 70. So
you're sure?
I'm 100% sure. Because you don't look a day above 65.
Daddy, please.
You will mess age, Jenny. Anyway, my darling sister, happy birthday. God bless you.
Thank you, dear. Thank you.
God would reassure you this year.
Amen.
Give you peace.
Amen.
And happiness.
Amen.
And fill your life with love and light.
Amen. Thank you, Daddy, please.
Take care. So let me allow you to watch from the background. You are rolling. We are not even seeing you well.
Really? Okay, you know what? Let me go out and come back again.
So go and come back. Or it's even me that has to remove you because of the way the thing is rolling. Anyway, while we're waiting for her to come back and while we're waiting to start our topic, just know that if last year I annoyed you, just prepare yourself for the annoyance this year. Now ×2 you go be. This year, or let me say it like my Igbo brothers and sisters say, this year, I go vex you. Make I just beg you down. Make I just warn you down. I go to vex you this year. Because this year is the year where we no go agree. This is the year where we no go agree. If you are angry with me, say I troll your pastor. This year I go troll am more. Unless they begin tell you the truth. As long as they continue telling you that thing that is sweetening them. Someone said this year is a leap year. Almost, so does that mean there will be Olympics this year? It's not possible. They go worry me. My family people go worry me with Olympics. Say they must watch Olympics. Please let it not be Olympics here. Oh God. It cannot be a leap year. Someone say, what did May reply? If you are not patient enough, be going. When was it? Okay, 2020 was Olympics. Africa Cup, all those things. I have zero interest. Anything sports. Can't they move it to like 2 years from now? I'm not sleepy. You see my eye clear gone. I'm not sleepy. So anyway, this year is going to be a very tough year because all of us no go grieve ourselves. Oldest man say, why you know they do giveaway? I don't do giveaway. I do giveaway of sense, which is what you're lacking the most. But it's money that you think can solve your problem. Money cannot solve your problem. Now sense you need though. Anyway, let me see if Remy is ready. Samaria says a year of okay. I dey pray say this year no go rugged. Anyway, yeah, my bottle of water is big. I always like to sip water on the side. So let us talk about what actually brought us here. And Remy, when you are ready, just type a message, let me know. So I was reading earlier on today in
Right, so my friend showed me this post.
someone sent me something from Very Dark Black Man. I want to watch it, but I can't because of audio. So when I'm done, I'll watch it and get back to you. Revert does not mean get back to you, Nigerians. You have taught me this bad English. I'll watch it and revert. Revert means I will take it back to status quo. I will turn it back to original. That's what revert means. It doesn't mean I would respond to you or whatever it is you people think it means. So big shout out to everyone. Everybody has lined up here to hear the main gist. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Remember I taught you to double click. That's how you double click the screen. Double tap, double click the screen. So more and more people can see that we're live, and more people can see that we're talking about this thing that we're talking about. Okay, so if you're watching on YouTube, super chat, super stickers, super likes. This has to be a better year than last year. St. Joe's, YouTube St. Joe's. This year has to be a better year. This year has to be a better year. Uh, okay. So sorry guys, I just wanted everything to be okay. So let's start with Happy New Year, everyone. How are you doing? Double click the screen if you're watching on TikTok. Pop my money guns. So let us start with the topic. Um, Pardon me if you are used to my channel. I always wander off point, and I always have to attend to the people that make Daddy Freeze live what it is. Those people that come, even if there are 10 people here talking. Made man, you never apologize to Samaria, or I they watch you. So the people that make uh, my live interesting, even if it's just 10 people watching. People like Remy, Ebire, Samaria, Midman, Yo, Ifi, Ada, you know. So once in a while, I have to talk to them. And don't be angry if you are new. Papa go first talk to children first before you remember outsiders. So don't be angry. Just know that that's how we do it, and we're used to doing it like that. We're used to it. They don't mind. They're used to, if people that have been watching me for 3, 4, 5, 6 years, they're used to the way I talk and the way I ramble up and down and change topic to topic. And if they've not followed me, if they've not left me, Gabzola, yes, people like Gabzola, and there are some new people too. uh Ife Nwanko has been with me from before COVID. Morinton Diva. This lady used to sit behind me in primary school. Directly, the desk behind me. One day I'll bring her live. She'll tell you about how naughty I was when I was in primary school. Morinton Diva. She used to sit behind me. I used to sit in front, if I remember, with some guy called Adewale Salami. I'm good with names, though. Someone say you are here to defend Queen May. Don't worry, you will defend and be tired. Ibiere said I used to always watch you on YouTube. Okay, so Maid Manyo has apologized. I love you, Maid Manyo. You're a good guy. You're a good guy. Samaria has accepted, so we move. We move. The next two people that are going to apologize to themselves, I spoke to one of them today, and I'm not going to speak to the second person publicly. I'm just going to say the two of you go and sort yourselves out. I spoke to the one of them today, and I said she should remove the embargo, unblock. So she has said she was going to unblock. There are two ladies, they know themselves. So one of them said she was going to unblock the other. Someone says, we are here for Queen May talk. Oh, I hear people say my career has failed. I was commenting on one blog today, Insta blog, about that pastor, cameraman zoom onto James Brown, inside church service, inside preaching. Why is your camera zooming? As in, man. And I just quoted one line, oh, religion is a comedy skit. If you say how they abuse me, I just look all of them. I say, una don't know, say, then everybody there was saying, oh, Daddy Freeze, your career has failed. When my career was doing well, I could not walk into a shop and spec a brand new 2023 AMG, I mean 2022 AMG Mercedes Benz. I could not do it when my career was. So now that my career has failed, I can walk into a Mercedes shop and spec a brand new Mercedes. Please, I want my career to continue failing. No, you with your career they work. You don't chop. Now by career. So let me get to where we are coming today. So as I wonder why everybody is here, they want to hear the gist. They are just gingering me, and I'm intentionally holding back. I'm not gonna give you this gist because I won't make you pepper your body well. Lakeside say they always fight for their incompetent God. I swear to God. I swear down. Always fighting for their incompetent. The Nigerian God is the most incompetent of all gods. If they show in prophet miracle, wey 2-year-old we get sense, they see. Prophet they see say governor go buy, governor we get 2 cancer, one governor get 2 cancer, and they say go buy. No, he go turn to Superman. Now prophecy be that one. I think this pastor said, when I suppose go pay babalawo wey they see vision, may they give you better vision. No be downgrade. Kete ba on babalawo abi awon those ones wey they worship river. At least make mommy water come they give you better formula. Because I swear to God, our ancestors, if you give them this kind of prophecy, one man annoying me. So you give my ancestors this kind of prophecy. Those days, the way our ancestors God takes strong. When they born picking like this, one man will aware, they will go see in star. Everything with that picking will be for in life, they go tell you like this, oh ha. The reason why they stop and be say, as they talk, waiting this picking will be, some people don't they go block on. Hey, Baba, our ancestors strong. When people come, they see this ancestor strong. Say, if you use this thing, win them. Now they carry their Oyinbo God, Jesus give you. But as he take, white boy, oh yeah, control your people. So anyway, we are here to talk about May. They don't see earthquake. They don't they see anything. As in the one way that they see, 2-year-old they see them before them. But you see how church could take full. Like when they see everything. Oh no. The next thing that they're going to compare themselves with Elijah. The day I read Elijah CV given on a panic. Elijah where they ride whirlwind. Elijah where they walk out with Elisha where chariot of fire appear in between them. Papa, leave all these things, leave Nigerian pastor and their comedy way that they do up and down. God will deliver them. So let's talk about May Edocie. And let's remember that Yul Edochie, the Odogu himself, came out a few days ago to say that 2023 was his best year so far. I wasn't happy with that statement. Not even because of how it would rob me, but because of how it would rob the children. One of them lost their lives this year. And you can imagine how the others would feel. They complete last year, that's 2022 going into 2023. All of them complete for for December 31st. This year, they did it without one of them. It is easy to offend a spouse. It is easier to offend children. Spouse, if you no forgive you, and if you no forgive you, no problem. But you see that children own. All of us, they offend our children. Even my children, where I think, say, me and them are always getting along. Sometimes they will sit down and they will tell me the things I did and I'll feel so bad about it. Or I'll think it was a normal thing. I'll not be wondering, why this thing take vex me like this? It's very easy to vex it. Even things where normally no suppose vex children, they vex them. You can't do the one we suppose vex them. Just no say wahala go day. Wahala go day. So he said 2023 was the best year. I told him to apologize. I don't know him one-on-one. I've met him once at Obi Kubana's launch for Odogu Bitters. He was there and we was there with Queen May. But between then and now, he went from one of the most loved young people to somebody that everybody is trolling at. As in, how did you do? I was having a conversation, I think, with someone. I forgot who it was maybe Samaria or Renee. And we're all talking about how everybody loved you so much. You was like everybody's darling. And then all of a sudden, he went from everybody's darling to somebody that I don't even want to use those words. Somi the Great, how you doing, sis? So I tried to tell him, you see, let me tell you something. children can be very, 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 very easy to offend. Very, very easy to offend. Hold on 1 second, guys. Somi the Great, how you doing? I've never invited you to my live before. Let me invite you. Somi, where are you? I said, come and join me live today. You are running. So, Somi the Great, you cannot decline. Go and wear your clothes. So, I said that earlier on that, look, you cannot say this, especially because your children are involved and they lost one of them. For if you troll a child's mother, you are trolling the child indirectly. But when you troll one of them, children fight for themselves though. Most times, children pick sides with each other. The children will come together and stand up together against parents. I don't know if you guys did it when you were young. My sisters used to do it all the time for me. They will stand together and fight for me. Even when my parents are trying to be funny, my children will always stand with me. My sisters will always stand with me. Sometimes my parents will catch me in a bad place or catch me doing something that is wrong. You like my cat believers? My sisters will defend me. No matter what, they will defend me. So children love one another and they grow together. And their bonds are usually very unbreakable. No matter how much they fight, sibling bonds can be very tight. No matter how much they fight, they will always find that median. If you are watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Pop my money guns for those of you watching on TikTok. So, you understand? So, when you come out and you say, this year was a very good year for you, how do you expect your children to feel? No, you see, they annoy you. And I gave the example of my father when I was much younger. When we found out that my father had a second wife, it offended my mom a lot. My mom was very upset. And then I stood with my mom and I insulted my dad. And my dad did not say anything. He just kept quiet. I was actually baiting him to say something. But he didn't say anything. You see, sometimes, even in your pain and your anger, yes, I offended him and I insulted him, but he didn't say anything. Because at that instant, it was better for him to be quiet. I'm not saying don't lash back at what you perceive to be injustice to you. But you've got to be extremely careful, especially since your children are watching you. You can gloat over your successes. You can gloat over your year. You can gloat over the fact that your life is better since you moved on from their mom. It might be painful to them, but it is your right. Your marriage did not work if that's what you're, because I was there in those shoes too. And I don't care how my children feel, but I'm going to say it. I'm in a better place than I was when I was with their mother. I will say it. But God forbid anything happens to one of them, you lose the right to do Pepe Demo. You cannot be doing Pepe Dem when something happened to one of your kids. You cannot be doing pepper them when you lost one of your kids. I know, you see, let me tell you something here. If you are under fire from online trolls who have been trolling you back to back, they've been trolling him back to back since this problem started. As in back to back trolling since this problem started. So I know he's trying to get back to his trolls. It doesn't mean he's happy. You guys need to understand where he's coming from. It doesn't mean he's happy that he lost a child, or he just wants to make the trolls feel like, look, whatever you guys said or did, I still had a great year nonetheless. So anyway, let's read May's response. Here's May's response. Dear 2023, you are pregnant on the very day of January, unknown to anyone what you would deliver. You dealt with me in the worst catastrophic ways. Too many adversaries, misfortunes, and the worst of it, you stole May's own flesh and blood, leaving May in the most devastating, miserable, and confused state that May could ever have imagined. She said she lost all hopes and nearly gave up. She had too many questions eating her up, but she kept hearing the voice, "Who am I to question God?" She struggled so hard and stood on God's words, commanding us to give him praise in every situation, despite how difficult it is. Truly, she appreciates all the good people who cross paths with her, family, friends, strangers turned friends, and online family. She said she cannot begin to list names because it is endless. But she wants you all to know that she'll forever remain thankful for the incredible level of love and support showered upon her and her family in their most difficult times. She said she is grateful to God Almighty for being God in her life. In other words, she's so glad that man is not God. 2023, it is with all that is within her. She says goodbye to 2023 forever as she embraces the new year 2024, singing her song with a life of thanksgiving, a life of forgiveness, and a life of commitment to God. She said she prays that God in his infinite mercy and goodness will bless us all and shield us under his constant love. Affliction shall never arise in our homes, she says. Thanks for doing this with me, she says, my darlings. My darling Wando, who loves to worship God genuinely. I wish you all a happy and prosperous new year. And her response was to her husband's words, which went, 2023 has been my best year so far. Thank you, Lord, for your blessings and all. I can't even thank God enough. 2024 will be outstanding. 2023 will be child's play compared to the blessings that will follow me in 2024. And for that, I say thank you, Lord. May your name be praised forever and ever. 2024, we go harder, you Edocie. Also, you need to be careful, because if you say 2024 would be better than 2023, or 2023 is learning, 2023 was hard. If you consider your children, and God forbid, one of the worst things, that can ever happen to a parent is to have to bury a child. It's one of the worst things. And for you to think it okay, despite that, without even mentioning your son, it's hard, bro. This particular one, you know, doing well. Nobody say make you no remarry. Nobody say make you no move on. Nobody say make you no get second wife. But you've got to be careful. Now, flesh and blood you they deal with. You're not dealing with inanimate objects. They are flesh and blood. Ordinary say man leave children mama. They know they get over them. Come be say one of them buy, and you have not shown. It's a very tough thing. It's tough for him. I understand. You understand me? I understand. It's a tough thing. It's a tough place. So, Remy.
Dr. Freeze.
How are you
Oh
doing?
my God.
Where is Sarah Matt? This your Instagram is scrolling like this. So your network is very bad, Remy. Okay,
I
it's
don't
bad.
know what is going on.
I think you need to update. There's somebody else here with us showing us darkness. Is my Instagram?
Oh dear. Or maybe let me go downstairs.
Someone said it's better you don't take sides. You don't know them behind the scenes. I'm not taking sides. I am reading what they released to the public. If you did not want people to comment on, you would not have typed it. He will have prayed about it one-on-one with his God. Not the moment you type something to the public. Nobody is taking sides. I'm not telling him that what you see. The fact that, oh man, this network is bad. Though.
Really bad. I'm downstairs now, though. I don't know.
Where is Sarah Martins? Can somebody tag Sarah Martins in this video?
Oh dear.
Remy, this one is particularly bad. I've never had you. Let me try
I know,
Samaria.
right?
Let me try Samaria. Because Samaria they America. Let me see whether her own network go do better.
Quiet. Not Edocie. Oh, freeze.
Oh, your internet is clear. Wow. You like saying a London internet, and I no good. You only follow my picking fight.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me
You like saying your picking they fight, they correct you.
She said make I leave her everything now. Hey, Freeze, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm good.
How is work?
Work is good.
Happy New Year.
I wish you the same.
You're back from the hotel life to the real life work now.
I've been back now. I've been working.
So what is your take on this matter? Make you not be saying I only me they talk. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Right. Pop my money down. TikTok people.
I saw that post. The day I saw it, I just said, well, if you're happy, thank God. That was my comment. There are things people will say at times you just ignore. Because it's who wears the shoes that know where it hurts most. Times people can be very insensitive. There are people that do not know how to express themselves publicly. Um, but there are things that are expected from adults. If you were an underage that wrote that statement, you would say, okay, they may not know how to express it. But for an adult, we expected more. But then, what do we know? It boils down to a woman. That's why my gender, we need to be very careful. That if I know you're a man, I'm not trying to be gender, here, but women, we need to be very, very, very careful. We are the ones to, carry that pregnancy for how many months? Go through the stress of pregnancy, childbirth, everything, parenthood. It's easy. It's always easy for a lot of men out there to just move on. Boom. And to them, nothing, it doesn't matter. They move on with their lives. Not all men. I'm not going to lie. Not all men. There are still good men out there. There are still men that care. There are still men that it touches. There are still men that even hurt more than women. I'm not saying there are no careless moms out there. There are careless women out there as well. But then, what am I trying to say? You realize that now you could lose last. So we need to be very, very, very careful. Regardless, if anything is going on, whenever things don't go right, be cool. Watch out for your children. Watch out for your children. And even as a man, if you realize that the woman is the opposite of you as a man, watch out for your children, watch out for your child. If he said that and it's okay for you to say your 2023 was a good one. It did you good, but at least respect the deceased, respect the boy. Put a little memory, put a little thing into it. Don't make it. Someone is already hurting. You already have somebody that is hurting. People already have you, talking about you. You're already the talk of town. People are not happy with you. We are not trying to control things you say or how you live your life or, how you express yourself in public. But at least someone else is grieving. Your partner is not happy in one way or the other. Respect her emotions. Respect her feelings.
You see, let me disagree with you on the partner.
Okay.
A man is not obligated in a partner where me and you are fighting. I don't care about your emotions. But what you need, let's be factual, because right now imagine you and your ex, they fight. Do you really care about how they feel?
Not when it has to do with a child related.
That is what I'm saying.
If it's just him and I, that one is okay.
Child. That's the thing, the child.
The child,
because
yes.
I want you to understand that divorce happens. And when divorce happens, divorcees are bitter, angry.
Mm-hmm.
You see, a divorce is gonna make you realize you just wasted 10 years or 5 years or 15 years or 3 years or however long you spent with that person, even though they're not divorced. A divorce is going to cost you money. A divorce is going to cost you pain. Even if two people are married and then they say, okay, we are not doing again, and everybody goes their own way, it is always more expensive to be divorced than to live together. Because when you live together, the two of you share bills. You have one home, one set of bills. When you are separated, you now have two sets of bills. The husband will have been able to chip in more, but he has to now pay rent. He has to have now another family. So divorces can make people very bitter, even when they are calm, good divorces where both parties are wealthy. But you see, this situation would make them both bitter. But you see, I would concentrate more on the emotions of the children, because I know I've been there before. Women will spite men with everything they can. The reason why some of you are even enjoying in America is because court no go let you spite a man. Do you understand? As long as he's doing his duty as a father, he will have access to his children. And as long as you are doing your duty as a mother, you have access to your children. In Nigeria, now
even when they are not doing their duty, that if you still, your children can't be restricted. You can't be restrained from having access to your kids, even if you don't pay your support, for example. As long as you've not been proven to be,
a criminal,
AB towards the kids, whether you pay support or not, you still have access to your kids.
That's the beauty of the Western world. Niger. Because I was reading somewhere.
That was why when someone, there was
is.
this guy that came online and said that they stopped him from having access to his kids because he wasn't paying, wasn't going to pay. We were like, we've all been through all those things. We've read, we've had lawyers speak, we've seen what they wrote in court and all those things. If you know, pay, it doesn't stop you from not having access to your kids. The only time it stops you is otherwise.
Is he able to see his kids? Let's start from that angle. That doesn't make it right. Listen, it doesn't make what he said right, though. But does you, Edochie, have access to his children?
But if they are grown-ups, aren't they? Those kids are grown to an extent. No, what I mean by they are grown is, if I were to, let's say, if I were to have a child that is 10 years, even if that child is 6 years old or they can talk, and they tell me, Mommy, I want to see my dad, regardless, I'll let that child see their father. Because, I mean, you know, go live up, live down now. I don't, in as much as you're not a danger to that, my child, you go ahead and see your father. I mean, what I have with you shouldn't affect the child, right? Because God, they've been privileged to have their both parents alive. So I don't think it's rightful for an adult, especially for kids that are grown like that can handle cell phone. If they are not able, if let's say he's being stopped from seeing them, they should pick up the phone, request to talk to their father on the phone. They are grown-ups, they can do that. Do you understand? If God have blessed you as a child with both parents, let that child have access to their opposite parents. Holding them back, to me, it doesn't make any change.
Now, let's also talk about that, because as someone who has led a church for quite a while, I have seen some instances where it is much better children are protected from one parent that is toxic. In as much as the children, yes, they need both parents, there was a time in my life when I did not need my dad because he was toxic. There was a period in my life I did not need my dad because at that particular period he was toxic to me.
So that's why I say if it's AB or less so AB.
If he not by toxic, I don't mean it's just the things he would say, it doesn't mean anything. It just means that
Freeze, don't forget that AB has nothing, it's not just like physical or emotional things they say, so it's part of AB too.
I agree. So it's a tough one. Someone said women are even more toxic. I don't think May is toxic to the kids. It doesn't. Now, you see, sometimes when there is a separation, one thing I always advise parents is hate each other all you want, but never speak bad of each other before the children, because they will take advantage of it. I'll tell you what was happening when I was... I'll tell you a story, a personal story. Just before we separated, my ex and I were not on talking terms. We're always quarreling and all. My first son, noticed this. So he went to meet his mother and said he wanted to open a Twitter account. The mother said no. He came to meet me and said he wanted to open a Twitter account. I said no, that you're too young, but you should ask your mother. And he told me his mother said it's okay. And he told his mother that I said it's okay, knowing we're not going to ask each other. One day, he's on Twitter, and my ex says, how did you allow this boy to be on Twitter? And I said, you said he can be on Twitter. After I'd been on Twitter for like a year. So, you see, the moment a parent badmouths the other parent to the children, that parent is toxic. You should not see those children.
And that's what they used to ask for that's what they use for favorites.
Because no matter what, that other parent will have to spend the rest of his life or her life defending herself before the children. Especially, so when a parent is toxic, if you as a grown fool do not realize that. And I learned this thing very early, and I never, at least from the moment my ex moved out with the kids, I had the opportunity to see them maybe 3 or 4 times since 2014. I never badmouthed her before them. I can badmouth them her on the internet too, but one-on-one, me and them talking, I will not spoil their mother in front of them.
Let them grow. They'll grow up one day
online,
into adults and realize.
And the reason why I'm angry with her is because she made sure she burnt every bridge between me and the children. So you see, divorces and separations are very dicey. There's no, it's not a one, it's not do it like this. There's no one medicine that you will use and it will solve all the problems. I don't know if I'm making sense to you.
You are.
That's just my take. So you see, what will make the man angry might not make the woman angry. What will make a man angry might not make a woman angry, or make a woman angry might not make a man angry. But you see, when you have access to the kids, one thing I always tell parents is what my mom did. My mom is angry with my dad, but anytime she has the opportunity to talk to me, she tells me to call my dad. It was because of my mother that I was able to mend fences with my dad. It was because of my mom. Despite the fact that she went through what she went through with him, she made sure that we respected him as a man. Now, my dad too stayed in his lane, so it made it easier. But like I say, every relationship has its own ups and downs. And this you'll own. I don't know if it would have been better if he asked for a divorce. Do you understand? I don't know.
I feel from that statement, right, that thing he wrote, he's already assuming he's alone. I mean, because if he didn't involve his other family, their emotions in his statements, it's as good as saying, you know what, I've moved on completely, and whatever happens with you is none of my business. You know, that kind of attitude.
But if he's saying it to spite the children, then there is a problem.
I don't think his aim was to spite the children. I mean, like
but
I said,
he ended up doing it nonetheless.
Yeah, because to him, they are on their own and he's on his own.
Yeah, but
so children. Whatever they have going on is doesn't.
They are children. You have to understand that they are kids. They will always be kids. They will always talk like kids. If he asks for a divorce, everybody will say, this woman no offend you and you won't leave him. Follow woman, we get big Bobby. You know, people will talk. I went through it. Do you understand? I went through it.
You don't already follow up now, so what is remain now? I'll get it not finished.
And let me tell you something. It is also a grounds.
Someone who has already done 99, nothing else is left. What is 1%?
The judge, listen, the judge will also blame him for destroying his marriage.
So then he should just stay there and be doing what?
So you see, that's the thing. You see, Nigeria is fertile ground for hypocrisy. Nigeria is fertile ground for hypocrisy. Have you ever thought about this before?
And that was a normal level. You already know. We already know.
Nigeria is fertile ground for hypocrisy. Simple. Marriage no work. Let's move on.
But I thought she already filed herself, right?
But did they need to? You see, she filed after all this drama. Did they need to get to? Couldn't they have just said, you know what, baby? They wake up one morning, baby, this thing is not working. You know, it's really not working. Let's try for 6 more months. 6 months later, babe, I don't think I can do this.
That it doesn't work that way when something steps in.
When what steps in?
When something steps in, you know what I mean? When you give a space for someone to step in,
let me
it
tell
won't
I
go
say
that
this all
way.
the time. You cannot snatch a grown man or a grown woman. You cannot snatch a grown man or a grown woman. If the man's heart is outside, it means there was something he was missing before.
That's what they always say.
It means
I
there's
agree.
something there. Now, sometimes a man is greedy. He wants to have a woman at home and a woman outside. I don't blame men. Society has conditioned them to see the world like that. And many of our fathers, even the ones that were bold enough to have two wives, even tried. 90% of them had relationships. 90% of our fathers.
Let's do a what if. So what if they had this conversation from day one? And you know how you and I get involved, and I tell you, just in case, I wouldn't mind, or I intend marrying a second wife in the future, in near future. I hope you'll be all right with that. And at that early stage, you're like, thinking is one of those thoughts. And then later in reality hits. What if? I'm just saying, what if?
I agree.
What if? What if? Because, I mean, we just here assuming, trying to, say these, that we've been saying all this since last year on their behalf. But they are not coming out to tell us the end thing about what suddenly went wrong, or why the two of them are somehow the way it is. You know what I mean?
We don't know.
So what
we
if this
really
conversation
don't
was
know.
done? I know,
hasn't spoken properly. And
that's
the anger. I wish he came out and said, okay, this is why I cannot marry May again. Because you are giving people snippets and allowing them to do guesswork.
Okay, I know someone that got married to this lady, not because he wanted to get married to her, but because the girl was of help to him when he was in school. Then along the line in the future, he had to marry another lady. So he had to keep them in different homes. He bought different, two houses for them, and then kept them separately. He would go here, spend some time, open the big stuff for them, and spend some time here. But the thing is, when they were in school, he did tell the girl that he wasn't going to get married to her, but because the girl was nice, that kind of stuff, feeding him and stuff like that, and they were known. So he said, okay, let me go ahead and compensate you. For compensation's sake.
Now, let me ask you, what school did they go to? Because I seem to have heard of this couple. What school did they go to?
No, it was a uni thing. Matter of fact, not like they studied together. Okay, not like they studied together. The girl's mom owned a restaurant at the time he was in school.
Oh, okay.
So she was, helping his life out. So when he finished and became someone, the girl, that kind of a thing. But he married her, but along the line, he married someone else. I think things like this sometimes, I mean, the thing is, people should stop hoping and thinking that a man owns you marriage because you're nice to him. Define your grounds very well. Don't see marriage as a thing of compensation, because you never can tell what may happen in the future. If somebody doesn't want you and marry you out of pity, they will always go out there to get the person they want along the line. So why marry somebody out of pity to start with? I'm not saying this, I'm not saying it in relation to theirs, but I'm just saying we're just assuming. What do you think about that, Daddy Freeze?
I agree with you.
Hello.
Marriage is not a compensation. Hello, lovely lady. How are you doing?
Hi. I'm good. Nice joining. It's an interesting conversation. And I could relate to most of what you've said. And most
of what... Are you a divorcee?
No, I've never been married. When I say I could relate from people's experience. Not from a personal experience. I'm not yet married. I've never been married. So, yeah. I just wanted to talk about issues relating to emotions. It's quite sensitive. And how people react to issues we have different expectations on how they should react or handle things. And I'm saying this because if we come a statement you made about that's sorry, what's her name again? Samaria, yeah. Samaria was like, okay, we should be conscious of the kids when reacting to certain things. And truthfully, when they say when two elephants fight, it's the grass that suffers. And most times when two couples are not in good terms, everybody wants to say something that would impact the other. Like everybody wants to act like they don't care. And whether it affects the kids or not, I don't think the emotions would not let most people consider the children involved. This is just my own little analysis. I've not been involved, like I've not been married. So my contribution can still be scrutinized to a large extent. But I just feel when people are reacting based on their emotions, it's like a battle of ego at this point. So it's not an issue of, it's going to take a whole lot of third-party intervention for somebody to say, oh, watch this. It might have an impact on your kids. Because once two people have been involved and it's now issue of we are no longer together for whatever reason, if any reaction anybody's giving is like, I need to show that person that I don't care. I don't give an F about anything, and let the person know that, yes, whether you're there or you're not there, I don't really care. That's my take on that aspect. And I wanted to also talk about the issue of enforcement of rulings and judgments, if it's needed anyway, because there was a live show that you brought that up, and I wanted to draw more light on it with respect to Nigerian judicial system, because I'm a lawyer in Nigeria. I practiced in Nigeria before traveling, so I would have wanted to throw a little bit light on that, even though that's not what we're talking about now, Sha. Why I requested to join.
Okay, tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, what I want to say is, when it comes to enforcement, I know it's not like in the Western world. Once you get or a ruling in your favor, to enforce it is another process. And the process, to be very frank, can be frustrating in the Nigerian system. But it's as simple. It can be frustrating. It can also be simple. It requires a motion that would be filed to the courts, stating that this person has not complied with the judgment of the court or the ruling of the court. And on that basis, that's contempt of court, actually, meaning you've disobeyed court order. Once you disobeyed court order, it can attract imprisonment of up to 3 months or more than that. So most times people are not willing, or they don't have the patience to start, okay, based on this, let me pay my lawyer again to go through the process of putting in the application. But I want to first state clearly that there's a process. There's a process on ground when court orders are not obeyed. And once the application is made, the motion is filed, and the court rules on that motion, that truthfully there's sufficient evidence to show that this order or this judgment was not complied with, then that could lead to imprisonment on the part of whoever defaulted.
So you're talking about Nigeria or overseas?
I'm talking about Nigeria. I'm just talking about that.
You see, I need you to understand something about Nigeria. Hold on. I need you to understand something about Nigeria. Rules apply for different people. The richer and more connected you are, the less the rules apply to you. This rule, you will see that it will work for one poor man. They don't go pick and sins. In this same Nigeria, a woman said something about a brand. They carry and go Abuja. They arrest and carry and go Abuja.
No doubt it happens.
Gave that order? I read the tweet. The tweet was not even defamatory. So yes, you see, there's what you call an academic discussion and there's what you call reality in Nigeria. This is what you said is academically correct.
No, I needed to make that clear that we have a process.
Exactly.
We have a process on ground. I agree with you absolutely. I agree with you. It's our systemic problem. It's influencing everything in a way. But I needed
Nigeria, we person we no get any document to show say land na own court given land. This Nigeria.
Well, it doesn't exonerate the fact that
hold on. Taste Buds went to court in 2012. They delayed the case till 2021 and then gave her awarded the divorce based on adultery. As in this Nigeria.
We need to do more with our judicial system, but we have everything in our laws. We have
I said, you are right. You are academically correct. 1 + 1 is 2. But 1 naira plus 1 naira is now not 2 naira. Even though academically 1 naira, 1 + 1 is 2.
That's right.
Yeah. Some things affect our processes, and that frustrates litigants. It frustrates.
I can see that you are a lawyer.
Yes, I am a lawyer in Nigeria before I came to Canada.
Now in Canada, are you still practicing law?
I'm in the process of getting licensed here. I need to first take the exams. So I have not gotten licensed yet, but I've done the first phase of screening. You have to get screened, then you now take the NCA exam before you can be licensed. So I'm not licensed to practice in Canada yet. I'm only licensed to practice in Nigeria for now.
Okay.
I'm already learning the basics of Canadian law while I do other things to get money first.
Awesome, my darling sister. Thank you so much for your insight, Sarah Sani.
Yes.
What tribe are you?
I'm from Kogi State.
Okay, because I was wondering Sarah then Sani. Sani be like Malu's own name, but then Sarah.
Yeah, it's a Muslim name, Sani. Yeah.
Sani, yes, like Sani Abacha.
Exactly.
Any relation?
No connection. My
why? I'll have sent you my account number. It's more money we come. Maybe we share out now.
My granddad is Muslim and my dad is a Christian. So my dad named me Sarah, but I'm from a Muslim background.
So Bereko, my brother, how you day? I don't follow the guy talk. On top that what matter way with the talk. I don't follow and talk. So he say illegal litigations. About in Nigeria. In Nigeria, just have money and just know people. Or just understand the system and work with the system.
That's it. The connection. I am.
If you work with the system, I'm going to bring one more person just for 1 more minute because I've been trying to. Kamzi says she wants to come. I've sent her a request. She's not been able to accept. So a lot of people who send request, but they will not be able to join. So I'll just bring in one person. He's saying go look into Ram. So follow her and talk. Okay, Evelyn, let's hear from you. And we close in 2 minutes. Don't be angry. We've been here for a while. I mean, like that day. Samaria, remember that day? We person on live.
I remember.
Waka from bedroom to bathroom, no wear clothes. And that's all of us, they see the person.
We need something to bless our eyes this year.
This one, kind of blessing where they find though.
You know, I can be silly.
Someone said I hear Kogi girls can be very stubborn. Are you stubborn?
Men are stubborn.
Another person said Kogi girls are circumcised. Are you circumcised?
Daddy freeze.
I just read comments.
I've heard about Kogi State. I'm
interested in that conversation too.
I've not heard about.
Have you heard that?
That one I've heard.
Ah.
Okay, the person did not join again.
And it was really affecting because the person don't sleep off.
I guess they've sent the request ahead.
Yes, and then so that girl send request ahead, drop phone. As I know, accept the request, drop phone, begin the come out cloth, waka for waka. Now here the person send me the video, don't go edit them. The whole thing they show. I say, what the? I had to switch off that live, delete it before Instagram. Found it.
Wow.
Anyway, guys, lovely hanging out with you. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen, pop my money guns.
I would like to be giving my input from time to time.
Sure.
I do have
I'll follow you back. I'll follow you back.
Please. Thank you. You just made my new year.
How? By bringing you live. Oh.
Yeah, I made my new year.
And you can't look like Samaria. Once when I don't wear this on her hair, when they resemble.
I'm so happy.
Am I lying, guys?
Nice me chatting with you here.
All right, guys. Take care. And God bless. Samaria, thank you so much. See you all tomorrow. The gist continues tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. Bye.